Hi, I'm Mark. Welcome back to Foothill Paint Fabrication. Well, we're back on the hood for that 1950 Chevy truck, and today we're going to be using some 3M product, NVH Dampening Material, and it's basically going to be a Flutter kit. Now, I was over at the paint store talking to my buddy. I'm like, you remember this stuff? And I was explaining to him. He goes, oh, you mean a Flutter kit? And I'm like, oh, that's what it was called. I couldn't remember, haven't done it so long. And he goes, well, I don't sell that stuff anymore. We used to sell tons of it, but not anymore. So I had to do a little bit of research, and it turns out that this 3M product here is a good Flutter kit, and it's actually listed as a Flutter kit in their instructions. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply it between the inner brace where the hinges are that goes all the way across onto the underside to the sheet metal here. Now these things tend to bounce a little bit, and as you guys recall, when we were cleaning up the hood, I dug all that kind of black tarry dried out stuff that was falling out. We dug all that out, so we need to get it replaced. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's jump over to the bench and take a quick look at this stuff and the applicator, and then we're going to figure out how to get this stuff on the hood. Okay, this is the product we're going to be using. Like I mentioned, it's NVH Dampening Material. It's product number 04274. This is the 200 milliliter size. I picked it up on Amazon. It was about $50. It's about the cheapest I could find it. So it comes with the product, and it comes with 2 mixing tubes and the instruction. And these mixing tubes are the ones you've seen before. It kind of swirls it around there so you get 100% mixture by the time it gets to the end. So you just slap that on there and start squeezing. By the time it comes out the end, you're good to go. So I picked up this off Amazon for $50, and I didn't have an applicator, so I had to go out and get an applicator. I also found this on Amazon. The 3M style model that looks basically identical to this, but it has 3M sticker on it, was like $90. I picked this up for $45, so it should do the job just fine. So all it is basically like a double-barreled caulking gun, and this one's set up to do a 1-to-1 and a 2-to-1 mixture ratio. So these tubes are exactly the same size. So this is a 1-to-1. If you were doing a 2-to-1, one tube would be twice as big in diameter than the other one. And the plungers right here are sized respectively for that. So you can do either with this gun. And the 3M one is exactly the same. And like I said, it's just like a double barrel caulking gun. You just squeeze the handle and it just pushes it out. So fairly simple, but I got it for basically half the price of the 3M one, the one that has a 3M sticker on it. So let's jump back over to the hood and take a look at what I've done and talk about the plan I had before I thought I was going to do, and I changed my mind on that. Okay, before we go any farther, for those of you that haven't seen how I'm holding this hood, so I'm holding it by the hinge bolt holes. So I got a piece of 1x2 right here. I drilled it to match, and then I've got fine threaded bolt in there that hold it right up against the bracket right here. And then I made a standoff out of a piece of copper tubing to get this laying flat, and then put the bolt in there and tighten it up. And that is screwed to a little 2x2. And I did the same thing on this side. So that's holding it actually by the hinge plate. It's not holding it anywhere else that may cause the hood to flare out or anything else like that. It's holding it right on the brace. And that way, everything's sitting like it would sit in the truck. So I think it's a good way of holding it, super cheap, super easy to do, and it's been really helpful while I've been block sanding and handling the hood as well, because it's resting on these 2 spots, not on the edge of the hood. So you can spray around it, move it, clamp it, do whatever you need to do, and it's really handy, and basically it's just stuff I had laying around. So let's get going on the rest of this. I'll show you what I did to hold the gap just right. Okay, so here's the gap we're going to be filling right up in between the brace and the hood to keep it from bouncing and fluttering, what they call fluttering. So this side over here had a big uneven gap. This side over here is just as you see it. There's nothing on top. I haven't done anything. I've eyeballed it, put straight edge up there, looked at it a bunch of different ways, and it all looks pretty good. So, but on this side, we had a big gap. It was uneven, and it wasn't right. So what I did was I messed around with a lot of different little things, laying it up here on top to try to get that gap just right. And I finally settled. I took a welding magnet and I kind of stuck it on the hood to keep everything from sliding. I laid a tube over here, put another tube right here, and then I put a piece of steel on top to weight it. I kept messing around, and now I have the gap looking really good. I think it looks great. About as good as you're going to ever get. So pretty happy about that. And while I was doing that, I had the straight edge out, and I just kept checking everything with the straight edge across here, you know, back and forth to make sure everything looked good and I wasn't pushing some crazy wave into the hood. Now originally I think when we were cleaning this up, I said I wanted to put the material up in there, you know, put the hood, paint it, get it done, mount it to the truck, get it lined up, then mask that off, pump the material in there, and then close the hood and let the hood rest on the cab right here to hold it in place so that that line was just right. The problem with that idea is, well, I woke up in the middle of the night and I realized it wasn't a good idea because that gap could be totally wrong up in there, and then it's going to, you know, twist it or push the hood kind of goofy, and I just couldn't control anything. Not to mention I would have to mask that off, pump the material in there, close the hood, and hope it doesn't drip or run or cause a problem, and the truck's already painted, and then I can't get in there. Now, if the engine wasn't in there, in theory, you could crawl up underneath there with the hood closed, and you could pump the stuff in there and let it set up. I don't have that option. There's an engine in the truck, and plus I think this is a better way of doing it where you can actually see everything, control it, and if you need to shim or something, so if the gap's a little tight, you can put a little shim in there and then pump the whole thing full and then pull the shim out later. So I think this is a better way of going. So the next step is to mask off up in there, and then, because I've never used this stuff before, so I don't know how runny it's going to be or anything, so I'm going to put a bead of masking tape on each side, and then we're going to go ahead and mix the stuff up and get it in here. Okay, I've got it all masked off, and I put a start and a stop tape so both sides look the same, so it holds the hood the same. I don't know if it matters or not, but that's just the way I operate. So I just measured over arbitrary numbers over here. So we're going to start pumping it in. I've already got the applicator ready to go. I've followed the directions the 3M provides to make sure you get equal amounts in the mixing tube. So all I'm going to do is just put a bead in here, and then we're going to clean it up a little bit and pull the tape off before it sets up according to the instructions. So here we go. Never done this before, so hopefully it works out. I want to try to get it down inside there. There it goes. It might be better to prop up the sheet metal or push up a little bit. In fact, maybe I'll do that. Let's try to lift up on the sheet metal a little bit and get it pumped up inside there, and then let it rest back down on side of and on it. That seems to be working better. Now I know on A-body, GM A-bodies, they just put blobs of this underneath the hood in certain spots, then dropped it onto the inner panel. Okay. All right. Got a little bit on there. I'll clean that up. Okay, here I think I got the system down here. You want to push it, not drag it. So you can, I'm pushing up with my finger a little bit, and I can see it going inside there. And I can see the bead rolling up inside there, real nice. And this stuff is pretty runny, so you don't have to worry about it actually holding the sheet metal up out of position. So that seems to be going a lot better pushing. And it's doing a lot much nicer bead too. Okay, as you guys can see, that came out a lot cleaner than the other side. I have to tool the other side and make sure it's up inside there. But that came out really nice and clean. I'm going to wipe over that real quick, probably with my finger, and then we'll pull that masking tape off and take a look at it. Let me clean up the other side, and I'll bring you right back. Okay, lucky we masked, huh? So I'm going to pull the masking tape off here in a sec. This side came out way better. I still ran my finger over it. It's a real nice clean installation. The instructions do say you can paint right over this material, so it's going to get blue right over the top of it. So let me get the masking tape off and we'll take a quick look at it. Okay, got it unmasked, it's all cleaned up. Looks good. Nice even bead up through there. Top of the hood looks good. I just eyeballed it really carefully. And if I lift up right here, you can kind of see it moving right there. So it's up in there really nice. I didn't try to pump gobs of it in there. This lip is only about a 1/2 inch or 3/8. I just want something in there so you know this hood isn't bouncing and fluttering when you're driving down the road, and you don't have sheet metal bouncing off this bracket right here. It's nice and cushioned. So I think it's going to work out really good. According to the instructions, at 70 degrees, this material in 24 hours will be fully cured, but we're only 45 degrees in the shop, so it's probably going to take almost 2 days for this to fully cure, maybe 72 hours to get it to cure out all the way. But it's looking good right now, so I'm pretty happy about it. As soon as it sets up, I'll bring it back and we'll take a look at it. Okay guys, it's all set up. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it, but to prep the area, I blew it off really well, and then I just took a tack rag and I kind of jammed it up in there and, you know, drug it back and forth, make sure there's no dust up inside there so we get good adhesion. But it's looking really good. It's been 2 days, and it's thoroughly cured. This material has a 1-hour working time, and it says on the instructions 24 hours to fully cure. I gave it 2 days, and it's looking really good. Look at this. Huh? How about that? Remember how floppy that was and noisy? Now it's nice and quiet. And honestly, I should have done this before. I didn't even think of it when I had the hood fully, thoroughly cleaned and ready to go before I primed and did anything. I should have got this material in there, but I didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and reblock this out lightly just to make sure this is all really nice since we have this more secure, and to make sure it's really, really good looking when it's all done. Okay guys, that pretty much wraps up this quick video on using the 3M NVH Dampening Material as a hood flutter kit on this 50 Chevy truck hood. And it's solid, guys. I know you guys can't tell, but really this is a huge improvement over what it was. It was just sheet metal banging on a bracket before. Now this hood is holding its shape really nicely, and it's looking really good. So I can't wait to see how it comes out once we got some color and clear on it. Thanks for joining me here at Foothill Paint and Fabrication. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And keep those comments coming, guys. I really love interacting with you. It keeps me connected and keeps me motivated. On top of that, it helps promote the channel. We'll see you on the next one.